Hey guys, I'm back here again for a new video, and in this video I'm starting a new series on my channel called Countdown to Halloween, where I talk about all the movies that I plan on watching from now until Halloween. Now I know that it is still September, but I want to watch a lot of movies. A lot of new movies that I haven't seen before, and a lot of movies that I enjoy watching every year. And so in order for me to have enough time to watch them, I need to start watching them in September. Plus, I consider September to be the start of spooky season. Even though it is still technically summer, I do consider it the start of fall time. All the stores are getting out all their Halloween stuff, and it's just starting to get cooler. It was actually really cool this morning. So I do consider September to be kind of the beginning of fall time. And so that's why I'm planning on, starting to, watch all the movies that I plan on watching leading up to Halloween. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be posting these every week. I might do them every week or every other week. It really just depends on when I have time. But yeah, guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Now, what I like to do at the beginning of the spooky season is I like to watch some movies that are not technically horror movies, but they do have horror elements. I like to kind of ease myself into it, and then come, mid-September is when I actually start watching actual horror movies. So the movies I'm going to be talking about in this video are not technically horror movies, but they are movies that do have horror elements. So yeah, guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first few movies that I plan on watching during this spooky season is the first three Tremors movies. Now, I did watch the original Tremors movies last night, and I absolutely love that movie. I love the whole setting of taking place in this small, desert town, cut away from, the rest of the world with, only, a few people there. And one thing that I really love about Tremors is that, it has the plot of like a cheesy sci-fi channel original movie, but it has such great characters, and, like Val and Earl, I think are really great together. They're two guys that, you don't think would go well together, but they do. I mean, one guy's older, Fred Ward, and one guy's younger, and, they have this handyman business, and they do work so well together. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward are great in this, and Michael Gross is great in the series as well. And Tremors is just an all-around awesome movie. And it's one that I always just try to watch. I try to watch it at least once a year. I also really enjoy Tremors 2 and 3. Tremors 3 was actually the first Tremors movie that I ever saw. I hadn't heard of Tremors before. But then when I saw the trailer for Tremors 3, I was like, whoa, this looks crazy. I need to check this movie out. And so I actually saw Tremors 3 before I saw the first two, and then I went back and I watched the first two, and I really enjoy all three of them. I actually enjoy all the ones that I've seen. I've only seen up to 5. I haven't seen the last 2. But I do enjoy the first 5 movies. I do plan on eventually checking out Cold Day in Hell, or A Cold Day in... whatever the sixth one called, and then the seventh one is called Shrieker Island. I do plan on checking those out at some point, but for now, I just plan on watching the first 3 movies because those are my 3 favorite ones of the series. But yeah, love the Tremors movies. And the next movie I plan on watching is Critters, which is another movie I really love. Alien... basically furballs, man-eating furballs coming from outer space. I always loved that concept. I get that it's kind of a Gremlins ripoff, but I still really enjoy it. I love the idea of the 2 bounty hunters, going after them. And I also really enjoy, that the movie kind of, you kind of see it through the eyes of a young kid, Bradley, and, and his family living out on the farm, and then them having to fight these alien-like furballs. I actually enjoy I'll say the first 3 Critters movies. I'm not really a big fan of Critters 4, and I haven't seen Critters Attack yet, so I really can't say if that one's good or not. But I do really enjoy the first 3 movies, and I do plan on watching the first movie sometime this week. And the last movie that I plan on watching this week, and this one would be considered a horror movie, and that is Leprechaun. I really enjoy Leprechaun. I know that there's a lot of people who think it's like one of the worst movies ever made, which I think is kind of crazy. I honestly think it's just a really fun, over the top, cheesy movie. And it's just one that I always go back to. It's definitely a comfort movie for me. I always enjoy watching it if I'm just trying to relax. And, I love the characters. I like Nathan, and of course Jennifer Aniston, one of her earliest roles. And I do enjoy the friendship of Alex, kind of the smart ass little kid, and then Ozzy, the kind of slower adult. I've always liked that. But yeah, guys, that is it for just the first week of movies that I plan on watching. I'm not watching a lot right now because it's just the beginning of the the spooky season, and so I'm kind of easing into it. And I do plan on trying to watch at least 3 movies a week if I can. That's kind of my goal because, like I said, there are a lot of movies that I plan on watching. And if I want to watch them all, then I need to watch 2 or 3 movies a week. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about the movies that I plan on watching, and let me know if you've started watching any horror or Halloween themed movies coming up. Like I said, I know it is still early. It's just the beginning of September. But I did want to start now because, I've got a lot of movies that I plan on watching, and I do plan on, like I said, doing these videos at least once a week or once every other week. So let me know what you guys think about the movies that I plan on watching. Let me know if you've already started watching them. And as always, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, my links are always down below. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.